So let's start with our first tutorial in Adobe Illustrator. To begin with, let's just take a tour of Adobe Illustrator. Go ahead and open up the latest version of Adobe Illustrator. And then we are just going to go to File, New. And if you notice across the top here, there's already some preset sizes for film, print, web, mobile. They're already in there. You can also make custom size documents. Let's start with a letter size document. And I'm going to call this New. And then right underneath that, I want to pick inches, so I know what I'm doing here. And I can pick portrait or landscape. In fact, let's make a custom size document. Let's say we actually need our document 10 inches by 11 inches. You can make a custom size document. And then artboards are sort of like pages, but since Illustrator is for creating artwork, they call them artboards. Let's say I'm going to make 5 artboards, and then you can create, if you want some margins. CMYK, just so you know, is for print, and RGB color is for web. And we're just going to create that document. And see, it opens with 5 artboards. And now let's take a little tour around. This is our tools, and these are our panels, and you can always get rid of any of these, move them around and bring them back out. Let me show you how to change up some of these things here. So under Window, we'll get to these other later. You'll get very familiar with them in the File, Edit, Object, Type, Select, Effects, View, and then we're going to go to Window here. We're just going to set our window up for a moment. There's a few alternate things, especially in Illustrator 2020, that have changed quite a bit, and that is the Tools panel has changed quite a bit. So let's see a few things that we can do here. So in the Workspace, so I can also arrange if I want my window to float. I can also pick different workspaces. So if I choose a different one of these, Essentials, you see it changes up the panels and the toolbar. And if I were to get rid of one of these and I want to go back to the way it was, I can go to Workspace down here to Reset Essentials, and it will reset it. Let's try some of the other ones. Workspace, I'm going to just go to Layout. And then if the tools here, I can either, keep them really long. I like to keep them doubled up. So I'd like you to keep yours doubled up like mine, but you have some options there as well. There's also more tools. So if you're not seeing a lot of tools in your toolbar, it's because you're on Basic. So under Window, if I come up with the original toolbar that yours probably came up with the very first time you started, it was under Toolbars. So it's Window, Toolbars, and then you probably have Basic, which it still has. Oops, I got rid of it altogether. I'm going to pull it up. New toolbar. Okay, so if you click these 3 dots at the bottom, then you'll see these other tools. But they've just sort of cleaned it up and made it very minimal. But we really need a lot of those tools for the lessons that we're going to do. So we're going to go to Toolbars, and we're going to pick the Advanced toolbar that has all those extras in it, so we can use it. Later on, you can keep yours as a single toolbar if you need the room, but I prefer you to keep yours doubled up like mine while we're doing our lessons, because we're going to be using, here I'm going to right click right here, and you can see it expands some of these tools. The ones that have a little corner pointer there, they're letting you know that there are other options that you can pick from. So once again, Window, Toolbars, we're going to use the Advanced toolbar. As far as Workspace, we're going to go to maybe the Essentials Classic. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we have some typography tools here. We have some color swatches. And at any time, if I want to just pull these off, let's say I want to get rid of symbols, I never use it. I'm not going to be using my brushes today. I'm going to get rid of them just to clean it up. And I'm going to pull back and put this swatches back in here. I can rearrange where they go. So play around with that and see how, if any time you get rid of too much, you can just go back. So I'm not going to use my libraries very much. You can just go back and to your workspace here and reset that. And it will come back up with all of those things that, like I said, I'm not going to use as often in the beginning. Some of these we will use quite a bit later on. All right, so now that we've done that, let's learn about artboard. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Window Artboard. And I can click on these on the left-hand side. It will take me to the different artboards. See how that works? Let's say I want to rearrange these artboards, and I'm going to zoom out first. So we haven't zoomed out yet. There's a few ways to zoom in and out. One is this little menu down here on the bottom. I can choose the size of my screen, but something that we're going to use a lot, and here I'll just paint it on here so you can see, is Command. Well, let me get the right colors. Command. I'm doing this little keys, so I don't have to do the swirly one. Command minus for zoom out. Command plus for zoom in. So go ahead and try that. Command plus, Command minus, and you can see it could quickly zoom in. Now I'm going to go to this little hand tool here, and this doesn't move any of the artwork. This just moves my page around, and then I can zoom in, Command plus plus plus, and I can move it around a little bit. You can also hold down the space bar and get to that hand a little bit faster. So Command minus minus, hold down the space bar, move my screen around if I need to do that. I'm going to change my artboards really quick to a different view by clicking here on the corner. This little hamburger, it looks like menu with the 3 on the side. And I'm going to go to rearrange artboards, and I can pick a different way to see these and the different layouts. I'm going to put them all on a column and hit OK and see how it changes those artboards. Let's say I don't need artboard number 4. I'm just going to select that one. See how it zoomed in on it? And I'm going to hit the trash can. I'm going to delete and get rid of that artboard number 4, Command minus minus. See how it's gone? So that is, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of, it says artboard 5 on my 4 now. Delete that one. Let's say, oops, I really do want to have more of those in there. I can go down to this little plus down here for new artboard, or go to the corner of that panel and go to new artboard. And then of course if I want to rearrange those again, I can pick how they are rearranged. So Command plus plus, see, you can see it zooming in exactly what's going on there. It tells me I can go to page 1 right here. I can